the floor where they drop like bombs. Faceless voices running all the cons. Digital whispers in the binary night. No light, no face, pure sound, no sight. Stories unfold in the dark unscrolled. Echoes of silence, secrets untold. Waves crash loud in this audio cave. No mic, no fame, just the sound we crave. Tune and turn up, let the silence break. Raw, unfiltered, hear the earthquake. No mic needed, just a vibe that's real. Faceless words you can touch and feel. In shadows, voices untamed. No need for spotlight, no claim to fame. Just a beat of life in a stream of thought. Every word a punchline, no need to be taught. Just listen close, no visuals needed. Raw conversation, unprocessed, unseated. Feel the pulse in every sentence said. No distractions, just thoughts in your head. Whispers of the streets, rumbling through. Faceless yet vivid, a world in view. No mic, just souls, connecting in flow. Pure and raw, let the rhythm go.
The marvelous thing is that even in studying linguistics, we find that the universe as a whole is patterned, ordered, and to some degree intelligible to us. Kenneth Pike. Kenneth Pike was a prominent American linguist and anthropologist, born on June 9, 1912, in Woodstock, Connecticut, and who passed away on December 31, 2000, in Dallas, Texas. He is widely recognized for originating the theory of tag-me-mics and coining the influential terms emic and etic. He also developed the constructed language Kolaba-X as a teaching tool for translation. Kenneth Pike's early life was shaped by his upbringing in Woodstock, Connecticut, where he was born on June 9, 1912. He was the seventh of 8 children in a devout Christian family. His father, Ernest Reginald Pike, was a country medical doctor, and his mother was May Grandniece Pike. This strong Christian foundation would significantly influence his later life and work. Pike attended Woodstock Academy, graduating first in his class of 12 in 1928, and even had his valedictory address published. In 1929, he began his studies at Gordon College of Theology and Missions in Boston, Massachusetts, where he pursued a Bachelor of Arts degree in theology, graduating in 1933. His initial aspiration was to become a missionary in China, a calling that reflected his deep faith. However, his plans for missionary work in China were ultimately denied, reportedly due to health concerns. This turn of events led him to the Summer Institute of Linguistics SIL in 1935, an organization that would become central to his life's work. It was through SIL that Pike's formal introduction to linguistics began. His first practical linguistic experience involved traveling to Mexico to learn Mixtec directly from native speakers. This hands-on, immersive approach to language acquisition, without the aid of an interpreter, became a hallmark of his methodology and would later be famously demonstrated in his monolingual demonstrations. In 1937, Pike enrolled at the University of Michigan to pursue his doctorate in linguistics, working under the guidance of Charles C. Fries. During his doctoral research, he and his wife, Evelyn Grizet, lived among the Mixtec people in Mexico, developing a written system for the Mixtec language for the purpose of Bible translation. This early fieldwork was crucial in forming his foundational ideas about language and its structure, laying the groundwork for his groundbreaking theory of tag-me-mics. He received his PhD in linguistics in 1942, and that same year, he was elected as the first president of the Summer Institute of Linguistics, a role he would hold for 37 years, significantly expanding its global reach and academic rigor. Following his early foundational work with the Mixtec language and the completion of his PhD in 1942, Kenneth Pike embarked on a remarkably prolific and influential career that spanned several decades. His work was characterized by a seamless integration of academic linguistics, anthropological insights, and his strong Christian faith, largely channeled through his leadership and involvement with the Summer Institute of Linguistics SIL. Immediately after earning his doctorate, Pike was elected the first president of the Summer Institute of Linguistics, a position he held for an impressive 37 years, until 1979. Under his leadership, SIL expanded significantly, operating in over 50 countries and becoming a globally recognized organization focused on the documentation and translation of the world's unwritten languages, primarily for Bible translation. He was instrumental in raising the scholarly standards of SIL, pushing for rigorous linguistics training and fostering collaborations with international universities and governments. Parallel to his leadership at SIL, Pike maintained a distinguished academic career at the University of Michigan. He joined the faculty in 1948, teaching linguistics for nearly 3 decades, and served as chairman of the linguistics department from 1975 to 1977. He also directed the English Language Institute at the university, where he did pioneering work in the field of English as a second language ESL. For a quarter of a century, he deftly balanced his responsibilities at the University of Michigan with his extensive commitments to SIL, often dividing his time between the two institutions. Pike's intellectual contributions during this period were immense and groundbreaking. His earliest published work, Phonetics, a critical analysis of phonetic theory and a technique for the practical description of sounds 1943, solidified his reputation in phonetics and provided new approaches for describing and analyzing sounds, particularly in pre-literate languages. This work laid a crucial foundation for his broader linguistic theories. He is perhaps most famously known for developing tagmemics, a comprehensive theory of language that views linguistic units as hierarchical constructions, focusing on their function and context rather than just their form. This theory emerged from his deep engagement with the complexities of indigenous languages, particularly those in Central and South America. Tagmemics sought to understand how linguistic units like sounds, words, or clauses function within larger behavioral patterns. Another of Pike's most significant contributions was coining the terms emic and etic in the 1950s. These concepts, inspired by the distinction between phonetics, the objective, universal study of sounds, and phonemics, the study of sounds within a specific language's system, provided a revolutionary framework for understanding cultural phenomena from both an outsider's etic and an insider's emic perspective. These terms have since been widely adopted across various social and behavioral sciences, including anthropology, psychology, and education. Pike's professional life was characterized by constant travel and field work. He visited numerous countries, including Peru, Ecuador, Bolivia, New Guinea, Java, Ghana, Nigeria, Australia, Nepal, and the Philippines, consulting with Bible translators and conducting intensive linguistic studies of indigenous languages. His monolingual demonstrations, where he would analyze an unknown language in front of an audience using only gestures and objects, became legendary, showcasing his unique approach to language acquisition and analysis. Throughout his career, Pike produced an extensive body of work, including numerous books and articles that explored linguistic theory, specific language analyses, and the intersection of language, culture, and human behavior. His magnum opus, Language in Relation to a Unified Theory of the Structure of Human Behavior 1954, revised 1967, synthesized many of his ideas, attempting to unify linguistic analysis with a broader understanding of human action. Even in retirement, he continued to lecture, consult, and write, culminating in his philosophical exploration of language and knowledge in Talk, Thought and Thing, The Emic Road Toward Conscious Knowledge 1993. His impact on linguistics, anthropology, and mission work was profound and enduring. Even after officially retiring from his positions at the University of Michigan in 1977 and as president of SIL in 1979, Kenneth Lee Pike remained an incredibly active and influential figure in linguistics, anthropology, and Christian missions until his passing in 2000. His retirement was more a shift in focus than a cessation of work, characterized by continued research, writing, lecturing, and mentorship. He maintained his involvement with the Summer Institute of Linguistics, serving as a senior consultant and continuing to advise on language programs worldwide. His presence in SIL workshops, often held in diverse linguistic communities, was invaluable. He continued his famous monolingual demonstrations, captivating new generations of students and field workers with his ability to analyze and begin to understand an unfamiliar language with only a native speaker, no interpreter, and keen observational skills. These demonstrations were not merely pedagogical exercises but also powerful affirmations of his holistic approach to language and culture. Pike's later work further developed his theoretical framework, particularly tagmemics, exploring its applications to various aspects of language and human behavior. He delved deeper into the philosophical underpinnings of his emic and etic concepts, examining how individuals perceive and organize reality. This culminated in significant later publications such as Linguistic Concepts, An Introduction to Tagmemics 1982, which aimed to make his complex theory more accessible, and Talk, Thought, and Thing, The Emic Road Toward Conscious Knowledge 1993, a more philosophical treatise reflecting his enduring interest in the relationship between language, cognition, and worldview. He also continued to co-author works, including Grammatical Analysis 1977 with his wife, Evelyn Pike, who was a close collaborator throughout his career. Throughout these later years, Pike continued his extensive international travel, conducting seminars, giving lectures, and consulting with linguists and translators in the field. His tireless advocacy for the documentation and preservation of unwritten and endangered languages predated widespread academic awareness of the issue. He instilled in his students and colleagues the importance of recording and studying these languages, which he viewed not just as linguistic systems but as vital components of human culture and identity. Pike also found time for creative expression, publishing poetry and prose that reflected his life experiences, his faith, and his insights into language and human nature. His autobiography, Mark My Words 1971, provided a personal synthesis of his scholarship and his Christian devotion. His final years were marked by continued intellectual engagement. He produced numerous articles, including a historical essay on early American anthropological linguistics which was completed just a month before his death. Kenneth Pike passed away on December 31, 2000, at the age of 88, leaving behind a monumental legacy of linguistic theory, cross-cultural understanding, and a profound impact on thousands of individuals working in language documentation and Bible translation globally. His ideas continue to be studied and debated in linguistics, anthropology, and mission studies, cementing his place as one of the most influential figures of 20th-century American linguistics. Language is not merely a set of unrelated sounds, clauses, rules, and meanings, it is a total coherent system of these integrating with each other, and with behavior, context, universe of discourse, and observer perspective. Kenneth Lee Pike. References: Pike, Eunice 1981. Ken Pike, Scholar and Christian. Dallas, Texas, Summer Institute of Linguistics. Pages 14 to 15. ISBN 0-88312-920-5. David Crystal 2011. Dictionary of Linguistics and Phonetics. Volume 30 of the Language Library. Edition 6. John Wiley & Sons. ISBN 9781444356755. Hildebrandt, Martha. 2003. A Portrait of Kenneth L. Pike, in Language and Life, Essays in Memory of Kenneth L. Pike. eds. Mary Ruth Wise, Thomas N. Headland, and Ruth M. Brand. Arlington, University of Texas at Arlington, pages 3-5. Hildebrandt, Martha. 2003. A Portrait of Kenneth L. Pike, in Language and Life, Essays in Memory of Kenneth L. Pike. eds. Mary Ruth Wise, Thomas N. Headland, and Ruth M. Brand. Arlington, University of Texas at Arlington, pages 5-9. Pike, Kenneth L. 1967. Language in Relations to a Unified Theory of Human Behavior, 2nd Revised ed. The Hague, Mouton & Co. pages 37-72. Headland, Thomas N. 2001. Kenneth Lee Pike 1912-2000. American Anthropologist. Volume 103, Number 2. Pages 505-509. p. 13. Jankowski, Kurt R. ed. 1996. The Mystery of Culture Contacts, Historical Reconstruction and Text Analysis, an Emic Approach. Washington, D.C., Georgetown University Press. p. 14, 15. Jankowski, Kurt R. ed. 1996. The Mystery of Culture Contacts, Historical Reconstruction and Text Analysis, an Emic Approach. Washington, D.C., Georgetown University Press. p. 9-15. Adam Mackay, ed. 1984. Languages for Peace. Lake Bluff, Illinois, Jupiter Press. Further reading. Brand, Ruth M. 1987. Kenneth Lee Pike Bibliography. Bloomington Inn, Eurasian Linguistics Association. Emily A. Denning, Kenneth L. Pike, in Encyclopedia of Anthropology ed. H. James Burks 2006, Sage Publications, ISBN 0-76-1930-29-9. Headland, Thomas N. 2001. Kenneth Lee Pike 1912-2000. American Anthropologist 103 505-509. Hildebrandt, Martha. 2003. A Portrait of Kenneth L. Pike, in Language and Life, Essays in Memory of Kenneth L. Pike. eds. Mary Ruth Wise, Thomas N. Headland, and Ruth M. Brand. Arlington, University of Texas at Arlington, pages 3-10. Pike, Eunice V. 1981. Ken Pike, Scholar and Christian. Dallas, Summer Institute of Linguistics. Mackay, Adam. Languages for Peace, Tribute to Kenneth L. Pike. 1985. Lake Bluff, Illinois, Jupiter Press. Wise, Mary Ruth, Thomas N. Headland, and Ruth M. Brand, eds. 2003. Language and Life, Essays in Memory of Kenneth L. Pike. Arlington, University of Texas at Arlington.
Mics on the floor where they drop like bombs. Faceless voices running all the cons. Digital whispers in a binary night. No light, no face, pure sound, no sight. Stories unfold in the dark, unscrolled. Echoes of silence, secrets untold. Waves crash loud in this audio cave. No light, no fame, just the sound we crave. Tune in, turn up, let the silence Faceless words you can touch and feel. Hidden in shadows, voices untamed. No need for spotlight, no claim to fame. Just a beat of life in a stream of thought. Every word a punchline, no need to be taught. Just listen close, no visuals needed. Raw conversation, unprocessed, unseated. Feel the pulse in every sentence said. No distractions, just thoughts in your head. Whispers of the streets, rumbling through. Faceless yet vivid, a world in view. No mic, just souls, connecting in flow. Pure and raw, let the rhythm go. Pure and raw. Pure and raw. Turn up, let the silence break. Raw, unfiltered, hear the earthquake. No mic needed, just a vibe that's real. Faceless words you can touch and feel. Tune in, turn up, let the silence break. Raw, unfiltered, hear the earthquake. No mic needed, just a vibe that's real. Faceless words you can touch and feel. Pure and raw.
Okay.